Hello, viewers. This is Excel Health Arena. I welcome you to another episode of Health Talk, and we have been talking about family planning for some time now. Yes, today we are going to talk about the menstrual cycle. We've talked about barrier methods of family planning. We've talked about hormonal methods of family planning. The hormonal methods of family planning took us to this level where we are. So I want to quickly talk about the menstrual cycle. The menstrual cycle is a cycle that contains four different phases in that cycle. Usually, an average menstrual cycle takes a total of 28 days. So when we say, okay, I want to calculate my menstrual period, I want to calculate my menstrual cycle, ovulation phase, and all that in the menstrual cycle, we look at 28-day interval. But it is not all women that have 28 days. On the average, 28 days. But there are women that have 21 days, 22, 23, or even more than 28 days. So the range is between 21 days and 35 days. Between 21 days and 35 days, that's the range. But on the average, 28 days. So menstrual cycle is a natural process that occurs in women. It involves the hormonal changes that occur in the body system, and it prepares the body for potential pregnancy in case pregnancy is going to occur each month like that. The body of a woman goes through the process of preparing the womb to receive a fertilized egg for pregnancy to take place. But when the woman, for certain reason, either does not have intercourse or has intercourse but used some methods of contraceptions that would not allow pregnancy to take place. If at the end of the day pregnancy does not take place, at the end the uterine lining, the lining of the uterus, is eventually destroyed. The tissues are destroyed, the cells are destroyed and shed as dead cells, and that is what comes out as menstrual period. So usually when a woman menstruates, we say, oh, I'm menstruating. What you are bringing out as blood is the dead cells from the lining of the uterus that has eventually not received a fertilized egg for pregnancy to occur. So that happens every single month. Okay? So, and the menstrual cycle encompasses the time, from the first day of a menstrual cycle to the day before the next. The day before the next will be the last day of that one before the next. That is usually the cycle, and it takes a range of 21 to 35 days. Okay, now I said it contains four phases. The first phase is the menstrual phase, which is usually between 1 and 5 days. So the first day of the menstrual cycle is usually calculated from the menstrual phase. Menstrual phase is about 1 to 5 days. So first day, second, third, fourth, and fifth. And what happens during this period is the shedding of the lining of the uterus. The uterus is shed. Don't forget, if we are starting from the menstrual phase, that means other phases have come and gone, and yet pregnancy did not occur. And that is why the lining of the uterus is being shed as blood. So shedding results into bleeding, which comes as a menstrual blood or flow for a woman. 1 to 5 days. That is about that. Then the second one is the follicular phase, which takes about 6 to 13 days. So this follicular phase, in this process or in this period, the ovary prepares the egg. It prepares the egg in the woman's ovaries. The ovum in the ovary. Ovum is the egg. So it prepares the ovum in the ovaries, for release. It ripens them. Bí ìgbà tí a bá gbin nǹkan tí ó dàgbà tó bá dàgbà, the fruit, for example, like mango, when it matures, it will start ripening. Okay, so follicular phase prepares the egg for ripening, for it to be released, and then The uterine lining also thickens during this period. There is thickening of the uterine lining. Big batty, èèyàn méjì ń communicate ni. They are communicating. This may be unknown to other people, but they are communicating. Okay, yes, I'm preparing to come. She's also preparing to receive. Okay, as the egg, as the sperm is preparing to come, when intercourse takes place, during this phase, the egg is also being prepared towards ripening. Then the uterine lining is being prepared. A lot of things will come and be deposited. Blood flow will bring a lot of things, a lot of nutrients, hormones that will work on the lining of the uterus to prepare it as soften it. It will soften it, it will prepare it, nourish it. Because when the fertilized egg is embedded in the uterus, it needs to be fed. So, gbogbo oúnjẹ tí fertilized egg máa jẹ, by the time it comes and it stays in the uterus is being prepared for it. Blood flow will bring all the hormones that will bring about, maturing of the place, preparing the place, and softening. Bí ìgbà tán tẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀dì, tán tẹ́ gbogbo ẹ̀ tó ṣe tónítóní, tán tẹ́ sílẹ̀, in expectation of a fertilized egg pregnancy. So, that is what happens in the follicular phase. Okay? 6 to 13 days. So when this now happens, the uterine lining also thickens in expectation of a fertilized egg. What now happens? The next thing is ovulation phase. So if 1 to 5 days is menstrual cycle, menstrual phase, after 5 days, that's the 6th day, 6 to 13 days, is the follicular phase, proliferatory phase. So during this period, the uterus, the womb lining is prepared. So when the womb lining is prepared, the last day, end of that follicular phase, is the ovulation day, and that is day 14. So when egg is released on day 14, now if the person has intercourse, the sperm meets with the egg and fertilizes it. Once that happens, the fertilized egg begins its journey back into the uterus to go and embed on the bed, to go and lie on the bed that has been prepared. So that is why it is expected that day 14 of 28-day menstrual cycle, a woman will likely shed egg. Now, when a woman sheds egg, sperm also has tendencies to live for 72 hours. Sometimes a little bit more, but at least 72 hours. So also the egg. So supposing the egg that has been prepared eventually has been shed 3 to 4 days before day 14. Sometimes it even extends a little bit beyond 3 days. So if the egg has been shed few days before day 14, if the person has had intercourse and the sperm has been released few days before the egg is released, near day 14, there is tendency of pregnancy. And even if after ovulation on day 14, day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, possibly day 5, after day 14 of ovulation, if the person also is exposed to sperm, that is, if the person has intercourse, sperm will fertilize and pregnancy is likely going to occur. So during that period, you can see that the period at which a woman is even safe is not so long. Okay, so now, if ovulation takes place and the person has been exposed to intercourse, fertilization takes place, pregnancy occurs, and the pregnancy now goes, the fertilized egg goes into the uterus to go and embed. Okay, now if ovulation happens and the person is not, the egg is not fertilized because the person is not exposed to sexual intercourse, the next thing that happens between the next 15 to 28 days is that the egg will travel through the fallopian tube and the uterine lining continues to thicken and prepare for potential implantation. But once intercourse does not happen, what happens? Gbogbo preparation uterine lining is shed eventually and it comes out